The glass hit my chest, a cold liquid seeping through the silk. Gasps echoed around the dining table, forks clattering against porcelain plates. Robert's smirk was more wounding than the wine ever could be. "Now you look as cheap as you really are," he sneered. The room went silent. My sister Lisa laughed. My mother nodded her approval. I wiped the stain from my dress with the same hand I'd once used to tie Robert's shoelaces when he was a child. A small, sharp, and controlled smile touched my lips. No one noticed the difference between a smile of submission and one of calculation. Family. That word once meant security to me. My sister and I used to whisper secrets under the blankets, making pinky promises in the darkness. She was my other half. My mother called us her girls, and I believed her affection was unconditional. But unconditional had conditions, didn't it? Somewhere between her first tantrum and my first promotion, I became the enemy, too successful, too composed, too independent. I had bailed them out of crises more times than I could count. Loans, repairs, tuition. My wallet was their safety net, my silence their comfort. Yet, on my birthday, I was nothing more than a target for their cruelty. That night, while they slept smugly in their cell, I opened my laptop. One window, one login, one password. My sister's credit card. I had co-signed it years ago when her credit was ruined by unpaid debts. She promised she'd rebuild, but she never did. I kept paying, out of loyalty, out of love, out of sheer idiocy. I clicked cancel and leaned back in my chair. The first domino had fallen. At 7:50 a.m., her son woke up to an empty driveway. The car he flaunted on Instagram was gone, repossessed at dawn. A tow truck pulled away with his sense of entitlement chained to the back. His shriek that followed was music to my ears. I didn't stop there. 2 days later, the landlord called. Their rent was unpaid for 2 months. My sister's card had been their autopay lifeline. Without it, they were exposed. I let silence do the work. No transfers, no rescues, nothing. My phone buzzed relentlessly. First came rage. "How dare you? You ruined us. You're jealous." Then came desperation. "Please, just until next week." He didn't mean it. He's just a kid. But children only reveal what their parents teach them. And that venom was not born from nowhere. They expected me to break. I never did. Instead, I pulled the threads tighter. I contacted the bank where my sister had her savings, reminding them of the fraud alerts I'd flagged months earlier. Accounts were frozen, pending review. Her son's tuition fund was locked. Her husband's side business, dependent on those funds, collapsed. Each step was calculated, legal, and precise. I didn't raise my voice. I raised the stakes. The confrontation came on a Sunday. They showed up at my door, faces pale, eyes frantic. My mother spoke first. "She's your niece, your family. Fix this." I opened the door wider, allowing their reflection to catch in the glass behind me. "He's not my responsibility. Neither are you." My sister's voice cracked. "You're destroying us." I tilted my head, studying her the way you'd study an insect you finally pinned down. "No, I just stopped saving you from your own destruction." The silence that followed was heavier than any scream. Weeks passed. The car remained gone. The credits stayed frozen. Their house echoed with collectors' calls. And me, I flourished. Freed from the constant burden of their entitlement, my life sharpened into clarity. I learned that sometimes the best revenge isn't a fiery eruption. It's absence. Not giving, not saving, not softening the fall. It's letting them land exactly where they aimed you when they poured that drink. Now, when I replay that night in my mind, the sting of the liquid, the laughter that followed, I no longer feel anger. I feel gratitude, because that was the moment I stopped being their victim. That was the moment I became my own protector. They taught me something unintentionally. Cruelty can be inherited, but so can control. And mine is absolute. I picture Robert now, scrolling through feeds of cars he can't afford, clothes he can't buy, and vacations he can't fake. Each photo is a reminder of what he lost when he crossed me. And my sister Lisa finally understands the weight of a declined card, a closed door, and an unbroken silence. They thought they'd humiliate me, but I don't wear humiliation. I wear patience, and patience looks good on me. The locks on my door remain unchanged. No credit ties, no hidden strings. Just me, my own life, my own rules. Because the cruelest thing I ever did wasn't to cancel her card, or let the car vanish into the tow yard. It was smiling in silence and never looking back.